light shine bright. In a world so busy, you make everything right. Rhythm of our hearts beating in sync.
I am no longer available for any love that requires me to disappear to deserve it.
Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Welcome back to another episode of Vibe Check Sundaze. It feels like it has been a long time since I put out a video. Right now, I'm trying to remember if I put one out last week, and in all honesty, I don't think I did. But what I did do was go live for the very first time on the channel. Trial and error, getting used to the idea of just pressing live, talking without, editing and things like that, and engaging with the people who chime in and want to engage on the topic. But nonetheless, we are dropping a new video today later on for Vibe Check Sunday. So glad to have you all here with me. Thank you very much to the new subscribers that joined the family. It is gratefully appreciated and happy to have you here. Filming in a totally different background today, and I just realized that I'm facing the window, so I'm gonna avoid trying to look outside. But here goes for today's episode. You keep calling it love, but actually it's fear, desperation, and the deep need to be enough. I'm just here to do a Vibe Check Sunday with y'all and keep it real. The reason I was so good to them, the reason I poured so much, sacrificed so much, overextended myself deeply, wasn't just because I love them. It was because I was trying to prove to myself that I was worthy of love. That if I gave enough, showed up enough, and held them down enough, then maybe, just maybe, they'd see me. They'd stay, or maybe they would love me back the same. I didn't want to have to admit it to myself, so I could only imagine how you feel not wanting to admit it. We struggle with admitting the things that we know deep down are truths. We prefer to say things like, oh, I have a big heart. We like to sound selfless. But the ugly truth is, most of the time, and I could speak for myself, we give not out of love, but out of lack. Have you ever looked back on a past friendship, relationship, or whatever it is and realized that you were the one sacrificing, constantly adjusting or shrinking yourself just to feel like you were enough? All in the name of keeping something going that wasn't even feeding you. Let's call it what it is. That's not generosity. That's not maturity. And it's definitely not spiritual growth. Sometimes it could even be manipulative. And sometimes we don't even see it, but it's manipulative nonetheless. Deep down, I wasn't just giving, I was bargaining. I was bargaining to be seen. I was bargaining to be heard. And I was bargaining to be loved. Sometimes you don't even know that this is what you're doing. It's basically like you're saying, if I give you everything, you won't leave. If I make you happy, then maybe finally I'll feel like I'm enough. And let me tell you, that's a setup. That's a heartbreak in disguise waiting to happen. I used to think that there was something sacred in silencing myself. I thought that it was holy to swallow my needs, my desires, and my truths, just to make space for somebody else's journey. I put so much weight down on their joy, their peace, and their safety, all while leaving myself behind in the name of thinking it would make me feel like I was enough. It may have looked and felt beautiful in a way, but it was dangerous. Why dangerous? Because I made them matter more than I made me. And let's break down the ugly truth. I just said a whole lot, and I don't want you to sit here and feel guilty for how you may have acted in that relationship, how you may have acted in that friendship. You're not wrong for caring, and neither was I. It's not wrong to want to love somebody. It's not wrong to protect somebody. It's not wrong to love deeply, and it's not wrong to honor their humanity. But somewhere along the line, you got to flip the script and look into the mirror and ask yourself, why don't I get the same consideration I give to everybody else? Just like in Luke 23:34, where Jesus tells them to forgive because they didn't know what they were doing, is the same way I'm going to tell you to extend grace to yourself. You didn't know any better back then, and that's why you acted in that manner. But you know better now. You learned from that lesson, and that's why I'm sharing my truth, so we could learn from one another. I learned that I deserve to be one of the people that I consider. Not after I make sure that everybody else is okay, not once they've drained me dry. I need to consider myself right now, in the moment. In the middle of loving them, we need to love ourselves too. I'm going to say that again, just in case you didn't hear me clearly. You need to make sure that you consider yourself, not after you have done everything to make sure that everything in and around your circle is okay, but you need to do it right now and in the moment. If you're loving them now, don't forget that you're equally important, and the same love that you are extending to them, you need to extend it to yourself at this very moment. I don't care what anybody has to say about self-love, because self-inclusion is not selfish. You shouldn't have to earn rest. You shouldn't have to bleed to be seen. You shouldn't have to prove your worth by disappearing neither. Let me tell you that you're not required to sacrifice your peace just just to keep the peace. We're not doing that in 2025. No more. Let's flip the script and let's stop overdressing it. Let's stop overgiving and saying things like, oh, that's just who I am. Because sometimes we're not being kind, we're being scared. Because sometimes we're not being thoughtful, we're being triggered. And the only way to free yourself is to tell the truth about it. You may be asking yourself, okay, how do I hold myself accountable? Accountability looks like standing in front of your own reflection and asking yourself, did I give because I loved or because I wanted to be loved? And if the response to your question cuts deep, that's good. That's the beginning of healing. This year, I made new rules for myself and I'm going to share them with you. If it costs me my peace, I can't afford it. If it means shrinking, I'm not signing up for it. I'm already assured as it is. And if I have to keep proving that I'm worthy, then I already know that I'm in the wrong room and amongst the wrong crowd. And I'm not here saying never to sacrifice or to never pour into people. But what I am saying is to stop setting yourself on fire just to light somebody else's path. That's not our job anymore. And if there's one thing that I want you to take away from this entire episode, it's this. You're not doing yourself a favor by putting yourself last. That's not love, that's self-abandonment. This wouldn't be an authentic Vibe Check Sundays if I didn't leave you with a challenge. Come on now, you know better than that. We've always got a challenge here. Why a challenge, you may ask, for the newcomers or somebody who is just falling upon this video? With everything that I just said, I shared my truth. I shared my journey, how I would sacrifice, pour into others, love others, sacrifice my peace and get nothing in return. If I didn't learn from my mistakes to come in front of this camera and share them with you, for me to leave you with a challenge, then what would be the benefit of having this Vibe Check Sunday? The Vibe Check Sunday is to make sure that you are refueled, reset with purpose for the week ahead. And that's why I feel like leaving you with a challenge is important. This week, I want you to pay attention to every moment that you say yes out of fear. The fear is losing them. The fear is being seen as someone difficult. The fear of not being loved. And when those feelings creep up, this is what I want you to ask yourself. Would I still do all of this if I believed that I was already loved? And I want you to act from that place. You're going to feel it in your chest. You're going to feel it in your stomach. That's where I want you to act from, and watch how everything is going to fall into place and change gradually over time. Don't rush the process. Trust the process. Trust God in the midst. The most amazing thing you can do for yourself this week and over time is to stop bleeding for people who won't even hand you a band-aid. And this is our very own affirmation that I want to leave you with, specially made up just for this episode. I am no longer available for any love that requires me to disappear to deserve it. I'm going to say that again, and I want you to receive it with intention. I am no longer available to any love that requires me to disappear just to deserve it. If it costs me my peace, it's too expensive. If I have to change who I am to be accepted or to be loved, I'm in the wrong room. On that note, that is the end of this episode. Don't keep it to yourself. Share it with somebody who needs to know that they need not to sacrifice themselves or shrink themselves just to be loved, just to be heard, or just to be seen. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next episode. So until then, stay loving. Don't forget to love yourself too. Bye.